Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to our online yoga classes. This practice is designed to help you relieve tension from around your hips and hamstrings. As always, listen to your body and respect any injuries or limitations. We're going to start this practice today standing up. So coming to the top of the mat, we're going to bring your feet hip distance and parallel. Press down into your feet, lift up into the crown of your head, and just allow your palms to turn out slightly. I invite you here to close your eyes. Feel the connection between your feet and the earth. Relax your shoulders. And turn your attention to your breathing. Take a really big deep breath in through your nose. And through your nose, a long, slow, steady exhale. And gradually make every breath a little bit deeper. And then see if you can exhale more breath out. Let's take one more breath like this. Keeping your eyes closed, bring your palms to touch, bring your hands to your heart, and set yourself an intention for your yoga practice. When you found your intention, repeat it in your mind 3 times. Open your eyes, releasing your hands. We're going to inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Look up towards your thumbs. With your exhale, take your arms out and down. Do a really big bend of your knees into a forward fold. You could have your fingertips on the floor or they could go onto your shins. Let your head drop forward. With your inhale, lift and lengthen your spine halfway. Keep a bend in your knees. And with your exhale, forward fold, let your head drop forward. With your next inhale, press down through your feet and reach your arms all the way up, gaze to your thumbs. Exhale, arms out and down into your forward fold, bending your knees. Inhale, lift and lengthen your spine, halfway. Exhale, forward fold, let your head completely drop forward. Inhale, reach up, full breath in. Exhale, forward fold. You can keep that big bend in your knees, or you might go legs a little bit straighter. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, let your head drop forward. Last round, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Take a big step back with your right foot. And you may need to wiggle your foot back a little bit further. So make sure your legs are nice and wide and you want your back heel lifted. So back leg is straight, left knee is bent. We're going to take a big deep breath in here, lengthening into the crown of your head. And then with your exhale, start to lift your hips up, straightening out your left leg. Just go as far as it's comfortable for you without straining. I'm going to move through this a few more times. Inhale, we're going to come forward, lengthening your spine. Right leg is still straight. Exhale, move your hips back. 2 more times. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, coming back. Pull your inner thighs towards each other as if they were moving towards the centre line of your body. Last round. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, coming back. Inner thighs pull to the centre line. Left leg maybe a little bit straighter. Inhale, come forward, well done. Dropping your back knee down, we're going to point your toe. Press down into your left heel, and with your right foot, press the mat away from yourself. Pull your inner thighs towards each other again, and we're going to reach your arms all the way up into a low lunge. Now if it feels too intense with your arms lifted, you could always have your hands on your thigh, or another option would be to keep your fingertips on the floor. Good, we're going to take a couple of breaths here. So your inhale is going to lift up into the crown of your head. And then with your exhale, gently allow your hips to drop forward. Good, one more breath. Releasing your hands all the way down to the mat again. Tucking your back to under. Take a breath in here. And then with your exhale, move your hands back, coming into half splits. Now for most people, we need to move the left heel forward a few centimetres, so you can use your hands if you need to. Now pull your left toes back towards your face. You might want to keep a bend in this left knee, that's an option. Or if you can, you might want to start to straighten out your left leg. So we want to feel sensation, but we don't want to feel any sharp pains. And we want to make sure that we can still breathe. So if you're not breathing, you've definitely got too far. Come up a little bit higher. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale again, creating that length in your spine. And then steady exhale through your nose. Got 2 more breaths. You might find with your exhale, you can go left leg a little bit straighter. 1 more. Well done. Bending your left knee, bringing your fingertips forward. We're going to take this into a balance. So we're going to push off the back leg, take the weight into the left foot, and lift the right leg up as high as you can. Options here, you can keep a bend in the left knee, or you can straighten out the left leg. But make sure you're still breathing. If you want to challenge your balance even more here, glue your big toe down to the mat and bring your hands to your heart. But make sure you're still breathing for 3, 2, 1. Release your hands, release your right foot down. Well done. Feet hip distance again, feet are parallel with each other. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. And with your exhale, forward fold, let your head drop forward. With your inhale, reach your arms all the way up, a full expansive breath in. And with your exhale, bring your hands down through the centre into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Take a big step back with your left foot. So you may need to wiggle your left foot back a little bit. Left leg is straight, back heel is lifted. Take a big deep breath in, bending your right knee. And then with your exhale, straighten your right leg out as far as it's comfortable for you without straining. With your inhale, bending your right leg. Exhale, hips back. Inner thighs pulling towards the centre line. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, maybe right leg goes a little bit straighter. Last time, inhale, lengthen your spine. Keep the left leg straight as you squeeze the right leg as straight as you can. Inhale, come forward. Dropping your back knee down and pointing your back toe. So right heel is pressing down into the mat and the left foot is stretching the mat back behind. Pull your inner thighs to the centre line, reach your arms all the way up. Now you remember you've got the options here of keeping your fingertips on the floor, you can keep your hands on your thigh. Press down into your feet and lift up into the crown of your head. 2 more deep breaths. With your exhale, maybe your hips drop forward slightly. 1 more. Releasing your hands all the way down, tucking your back toe under. We're going to take a big deep breath in here. And then using your exhale to move back towards half splits. So we want the hips lined up above the left knee. So move your right heel forward so your hips are lifted. And then pull your right toes back. Drag your right heel as if you were trying to pull it back towards your body. And lengthen your spine. We'll focus back to your breathing. Notice if your chin is really lifted here, it might change the sensation to actually drop your chin down. Good, last deep breath. Well done, bending your right knee, fingertips forward. We're moving into standing splits. So take the weight into the right foot, the left leg lifts up. Try pointing the left toes. You can keep a bend in the right knee, or you can go right leg straight. You've got the option to keep the fingertips on the floor. Maybe try lifting one hand, maybe lifting both. And breathe in here for 3, 2, last one. And release. Well done. Feet hip distance. Take your first 2 fingers and grab around your big toes. You might need to bend your knees to do this. We're going to inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. And then gently drawing the lower abdomen in, take yourself down into a forward fold. Let your shoulders and your head relax. We're going to take about 3 breaths here. You may keep a bend in your knees, or you might go legs a little bit straighter. Releasing your big toes. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Placing your hands, fingers spread wide, we're going to step the feet back into downward facing dog. And just have a little bit of a move here, maybe bending your knees one at a time. Noticing how your calves and your hamstrings are feeling after all the movements that we've just done. As you come back into the centre, check your fingers are spread wide, your index finger knuckle is pressing firmly into the mat. You're going to inhale, lift your right leg up. And then lift your right hip, bend your knee as you exhale. Take a full breath in. And then step the right foot forward as far as you can. Wiggling the back foot back, dropping the knee down. And you might need to use your right hand to move it forward a little bit more. And then we're going to take your right arm inside your right foot and move your right foot a little bit to the right. So allow your hips to drop forward here. So there's a couple of options here. You can stay here on your hands. You could drop down onto your left forearm. You could drop down onto both forearms. Another option here, whether you're on your forearms or on your hands, you could take your right hand back and grab your back foot. If you're grabbing your back foot, just be mindful here that we're not dropping forward in the right shoulder, so open up your chest and maybe even look up over your right shoulder. Now this is a useful opportunity to check in with your breathing. If you've gone into a posture so far and you're not breathing, just release where you are, come up a little bit and choose a different option that feels more suitable. Let's take our last breath here. And then releasing wherever you are, bringing the right foot back into the centre. And let's bring it back into downward facing dog. Back leg straight, hips lifted, right foot steps back. Straight to the second side. Check your fingers are spread wide. Lift your left leg up as you inhale. And as you exhale, lift your hip, bend your knee. Take a full breath in. And then step your left foot forward as far as you can. Dropping your back knee down, you might need to use your left hand and wiggle it forward a little bit further. And then bring your left hand inside, left foot moves out to the left. Same options again on this side. You might stay here with your hands on the floor. If you feel like you've got the space to go further, maybe try right elbow to the mat, maybe both. You've got that option whether you're on your hands or your elbows of taking your left arm back and grabbing your foot. If you're grabbing your foot, pull your left shoulder back, look up over your left shoulder. And checking in with your breathing, finding that same deep breath in. A long exhale. Last breath in. Releasing your foot if you've got it. Bring your left foot back into the centre and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Back leg straight, hips high, left foot steps back. From here we're going to drop down into a child's pose. We're going to take your knees out wide, big toes touching. Allow your hips to become heavy. You might want to reach your fingertips forward slightly and let your head drop to the mat. Walking your hands back. We're going to come to lie all the way down. So lying down on your back, you're going to bend both knees and place your right ankle on top of your left thigh. So what you want to be mindful of here is that you flex the right foot so the toes are pulling towards the knee. This is your first option. This might feel like enough. If you feel like you can take it a bit further, thread your hands through and hold behind your left thigh. Or another option is to hold on top of your left foot. Make sure you can relax your head and your shoulders down to the mat. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, pull your left thigh in towards your body. It might feel nice to close your eyes here. Let's take one more deep breath. Releasing your hands and let's swap sides. So left ankle comes on top of your right thigh. Your first option is to hold here. This might feel like enough. The next option, take your hands through and hold behind your right thigh. Or you might want to hold on top of your right shin. Just check that the left foot is flexed, so the left toes are pulling towards your left knee. Take a full breath in. And with your exhale, pulling your right thigh towards your body. Closing your eyes, relaxing your shoulders, connecting deeply with your breath. Last breath here. And then open your eyes, release, and we're going to hug your knees in towards your chest. We're going to come into happy baby here, so we've got a couple of options. We lift the feet up, bending the knees, and you could hold behind your thighs. This is your first option. If this feels okay, you could hold onto your ankles. And if it's accessible, you could hold onto the outer edges of your feet, or alternatively, you could grab onto your big toes. So see what feels best for you. Notice if your pelvis is really lifting, just press your tailbone and your pelvis back down towards the floor. Let your shoulders relax, let your head relax, maybe closing your eyes. And together here, we're going to take a really big deep breath in. And then open your mouth, just sigh it out. Let's do one more time like this, a full breath in. Sigh it out. And then hugging your knees towards your chest. Bring your forehead towards your knees, squeezing everything in. And then here we'll enter into our final position. So we're going to either come into Shavasana, which is legs out straight, palms facing up. Another option, if you want to keep working into your hips, would be having your feet together. Soles of your feet together, knees out to the sides. If this feels too intense on your lower back, you may want to bend your knees, have your feet wide, and let your knees drop into the centre. Just take a few moments here to settle, closing your eyes, and allow your body to come into stillness. I encourage you to take a few moments for yourself here, maybe lie in stillness for a minute or 5 minutes if you've got the time. And then whenever you're ready, starting to move. Thank you so much for joining us. Namaste.